Welcome, my elegant friend. Before a single word escapes your lips, you have already spoken. Your attire, particularly a gown, delivers your first address to the world. Think of it as your preamble, much like a legal brief, setting the tone long before the evidence is heard. From Tudor silks shimmering in candlelight to Dior's new look, redefining post-war confidence, gowns have always been more than fabric. They are presence, they are statement, they are power cloaked in satin. Today, we explore how a gown may be chosen and worn so that it speaks volumes on your behalf, gracefully, intelligently, and without ever pleading for attention. Shall we begin today's walk down the halls of graceful attire? Part 1. History as Teacher. Consider Queen Elizabeth I, whose gowns were less dresses than declarations of empire. Each embroidery, each pearl was deliberate, a visual contract of power. Centuries later, Christian Dior, with his new look of 1947, restored not just fashion, but morale. His gowns whispered recovery, dignity and beauty in a world that had been torn by war. The lesson? A gown is never neutral. It communicates authority, resilience or joy, depending on its cut, fabric, and the story you allow it to tell. Part 2. The modern gown, the modern woman. Now let us step into contemporary fashion. Today's gown may no longer trail across palace floors, but it retains the same prerogative. It commands before you converse. Whether you stand in a boardroom, a charity gala, or even an elegant dinner, the gown creates presence. The error some women make is believing that showing more of oneself creates allure. In truth, the opposite is often correct. Modesty, mystery, and carefully chosen silhouettes signal confidence. The gown that speaks volumes is not loud, it is articulate. Part 3. How to choose the right gown. How then does one select a gown worthy of such eloquence? 3 principles, my elegant friend. 1. Fabric with weight and intention. Silk, velvet, or fine wool crepe. Fabric that hangs with quiet authority. 2. Silhouette with memory. Choose lines that suggest timelessness, not trend chasing. Think column gowns, A-lines, or subtle hourglass shapes that honor your form without clamoring for applause. 3. Color as strategy. Navy for gravitas, burgundy for depth, ivory for purity, and black for unassailable authority. Remember, a gown should be seen, not shouted. Part 4. Wearing presence, not costume. Of course, possession of a gown does not suffice. Inhabiting it does. A woman's posture, her poise, her gait transforms cloth into command. Without confidence, even the most exquisite garment risks becoming costume. With presence, a simple gown becomes unforgettable. Think of it as oral advocacy. A lawyer may draft the most brilliant submission, but if delivered without conviction, the words fall flat. Likewise, a gown requires presence to complete its argument. Part 5. The crown jewel, the hat. And let us not neglect the hat. The royal ascot, with its famously strict dress code, reminds us that a headpiece can be less ornament, more punctuation. A hat completes the sentence of your attire, much as a closing argument seals the case. To wear one with confidence is to place an exclamation mark upon your presence. Part 6. The silent authority of mystery. Remember this: a gown that speaks volumes does so by leaving some words unsaid. Do not display everything. Let the imagination of your audience do its noble work. Mystery has always been elegance's most faithful ally. After all, one never need explain one's power if it has already been felt. So, my elegant friend, when you next select a gown, ask yourself, what do I wish this garment to say on my behalf? Authority? Joy? Quiet strength? Then allow the gown to deliver that speech while you stand serenely in its truth. And before we part, you are most warmly invited to subscribe. Think of it as joining me at the long table of elegance, where each week we feast on wit, refinement, and the art of presence. Your place is already set. I remain yours elegantly, Victoria.